Okay, and recording from here. This is CN, by the way, the Kungaloosh anonymous resident discipline priest. Just deciding to give you a bit more of an insight in how discipline currently works. We're currently in Halls of Origination. There's four of us in the guild. Myself, Wally, who's if you like Zila's blogs, that's our husband. I've also got Sam, who's a good friend of Zila, and Teon. You may have heard Teon mentioned in one of Zila's recent blogs about how much of a good hunter he is, which if you ever look at the damage at the moment, she's not kidding. He really can dish out a lot of damage, especially in raids. But that's not the point. The entire reason we're here at the moment is we're actually having a play around with heroics, and I'm going to see what Discipline Breeze can do. Now, the public tank is not doing the best, so I'm just going to pull him over here. That's the thing I like about live grip. Means Andy runs the fuck away again. Come on, tank, what the fuck are you doing, seriously? Anyway, good excuse, he's got mobs all over. I'm just going to fade, shift them away from myself once more. Now I'm going to put a shield on there. The shield does two things. Firstly, it puts absorption on the tank, prevents damage going through, and whenever the shield breaks, I'm going to get 6% of my total mana back. You can see the Rapture cooldown there, and that's due to a talent called Rapture. Every time powered shield is broken, completely absorbed, you gain 6% total mana, and that goes on cooldown for 12 seconds, something very important to track, very big source of mana regen. I'm going to pop this shield on him again, because Rapture's off cooldown while I've been talking about it. But also, when I cast Penance, I get this nice buff up here, Indulgence of the Penitent, and that's due to my tier 11 4 set bonus, which I've finally caught up with. That gives me 500 spirit for the duration of Chakra, which is very, very nice. Now, I've actually built my spec up at the moment on a focused healing build from main tanks rather than AoE fights, because we were doing Cho'Gall, which we managed to kill during the week. Now the tank's got the bubble on him from this city Admiral's origination. There we go, it's popped. And before we can soul pops again, I'm just gonna get a penance in there just to keep my extra regen rolling around. Now I've got shield on again, plenty of absorption. There's not an awful lot of damage going on this, which is nice. Now the shield's broken and the tank doesn't need a major heal. So I'm just going to penance him, keep my buff rolling, and I'm still on 4 mana at that point. Oh shit, there's trogs there everywhere. You'll notice from time to time during this video that my mana pool seems to just suddenly disappear. That's due to a trinket I've got at the moment, the Mandala steering patterns from Tol Barad, which I'm just experimenting with, just to really see what we can do. Tank, come on, let's go a little bit faster. Frustrating really, but anyway. What I'm going to do, just for the extra regen and because penance, most of the time we'll crit at least once. You see one crit there, just for the extra divine aegis, the absorption, and of course I'm going to get a rapture cooldown as soon as the shield's absorbed. You may as well use it on cooldown, especially on tanks where you know they're going to take damage. Using it again, penance there. Now what I'm going to do at this point is use a prayer of healing. There's more than 3 people who need a heal, and you see it pops around everybody. I've also got that glyph, as you can see it ticking there, just so people take a little bit more healing, and top them off. Shield back on the main tank for full absorption, penance to get the buff rolling, and Wally takes a little bit of damage there, so I'm just gonna, as soon as I've got out of the way of this, and I don't manage to get out of the way in time. So again, there's 3 people need healing, and Weaken Soul runs out, Rapture's nearly off cooldown. I'll get that through in the main tank first priority. Always on my tank, keep my tank going. Prayer of healing, puts divine aegis on everybody for a bit more absorption. I'm going to fire while I'm moving, prayer of mending because it bounces quite nicely. Just very quickly on that point, sneaking through one more penance before Weaken Soul runs away, just to get the buff for my set bonus. And penance the buff runs out again, it's still got Weaken Soul. May as well top them up with the divine aegis for the next 10 seconds. So run down, Sam's missing a little bit of health, Armage, but I'm not too worried. Here comes the boss now. I'm hoping this isn't going to overrun too much. So what I'm going to do is going to experiment and just see the amount I can actually absorb. So I'm just going to spam prayer healing a couple of times. You can see the bubbles popping on everybody, just glowing gently. Now if I do that on a tank, you can see the mouse over. This tops up every time I press, and you see there it's taken hardly any damage off people, and I'll heal people all the way through it. So every time you heal with the Prayer of Healing, Divine Aegis will be increased. Now Divine Aegis can go up to 20% of your maximum HP. That's a cap in place at the moment. Now the tank's rolling during this fight, we've pulled him. Penance straight away, dispel him as often as I can, and now weaken the souls up. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to have to move. A couple of those taking damage there. Single target this for now. Shield back on the tank. Penance to get the buff. I'm also going to put an AoE buffing because we know there's AoE coming now, so I'm going to get Divine Aegis up and running. Dispel the tank again. Penance, keep the buff rolling. Rapture's nearly ready, Weaken Soul's ready to run out. There we go, pop another one. And we should get the cooldown right in time. Prayer healing through this, keep people topped up. You can see the prayer of healing is putting Divine Aegis on the tank, and it's just keeping people going all the way through all that damage. The tank shield hasn't even popped. Sneak a Penance before Weaken Soul pops away. Top Sam up manually. In fact, I'm going to have some fun with Sam now. That's Sam, you can see with my tooltip there. He's just going to move away from one, and I'm going to pull him straight back into another. So I'm not going to heal him here. I'm just going to move gently. Let's kill him. There we go. Dead mage. All close anyway. Anyway, while I'm messing around, I've got people lost a little bit of health, so I'm going to pop power infusion for the haste. AoE people. Shield on Sam just for a bit more protection. Top him up manually. More prayer of healing. Just to keep people going. Wally's going to get topped up manually in a moment. Pop a shield. So that's the crit bonus through talents. Also I get Marrow full set bonus running as well. Extra on the tank for the Rapture because Wally's probably not going to take all that much damage. Just keep myself rolling. There's not an awful lot left here to heal. So I'm just going to smite through what we're doing there. Boss is practically dead. It's actually quite hard. Is Sam going to die? Oh, close. Also just pop Archangel there, give me a bit more regen, and the extra bonus healing on Sam. None of those penance crit, which was a shame, but just in that essence and a really short clip and trying to commentate while I'm doing this live, thinking about what I'm actually casting is a lot harder than it actually looks. I hope you enjoyed that brief look into how discipline healing is working at the moment. Running into this teleporter now. I'll do another one in the future. But just hopefully watch this a couple of times and watch how I'm casting spells when I'm casting spells, and if it's any help, let me know. Thanks for watching. Cheers guys, bye bye. And now, just as I'm about to upload this video, I'll decide to put you an extra screenshot on the end rather than the usual CN avatar of something I did tonight. I decided to take a run through the classic Molten Core, as of course something you would do every single reset. Being a vanilla raider like myself, Molten Core was the absolute highlight of the week, and this week I've finally got something very, very, very special. Enjoy the screenshot. Bye bye.